The crisis, the worst since World War II, has left Brussels desperately searching for solutions on how to stem the flow of asylum seekers penetrating Europe. The crisis started unraveling in the spring when a boat smuggling migrants capsized in the Mediterranean. But it wasn't until the autumn, when migrants began storming train stations in the Hungarian capital, that the full scale of the problem first became apparent to the world. Here's how the Keleti train station looked before the refugee crisis and then after, as streams of migrants flooded the Hungarian capital. Germany adopted an open-door policy for asylum seekers until very recently, but not everyone was quite so welcoming.
Those who flee misery, war, political oppression, we are responsible for helping them, whether we want to or not.
The moral human thing is to make clear, please don't come.
Without effective control on our external borders, the Schengen rules will not survive. Saving Schengen is a race against time.
Well, while Budapest has never before witnessed such an influx of refugees, the French port town of Calais is known rather well for its migrant camp, dubbed the Jungle. However, during this year, the number of refugees there rose to 7,000 compared to 1,500 just 12 months before, with most of them trying to find a direct way straight into the UK. Now, the situation in Calais caught the attention of famous graffiti artist Banksy, who sprayed an image onto one of the camp's walls. The artwork shows the late founder of Apple, Steve Jobs. Here's how residents from the Jungle reacted to the painting. The refugee crisis, terrorism and financial struggles in 2015 have certainly changed the landscape of the EU's political scene. Traditionally popular parties have been losing votes to fringe opposition in many parts across Europe.
By tripling the number of our elected regional councillors, the National Front will be from now on the first opposition force in the majority of the regional councils in France.
A new Spain is born, putting an end to the two-party system. This is the start of a new political era.
Former British MP George Galloway thinks that EU politics will only grow more polarised in the immediate years to come.
Actually, the centre has not been able to hold, and the centre is now under siege from both its left and its right. In France, if a government of the right comes to power, that will mean changes. And I think a government of the right in France is guaranteed. In Spain and Portugal, we have a very different course of action taking place. And indeed, we have already seen that in Greece. So there will be a further polarization, I think, between left and right, because the centre has no answers to the suffering and the real prospect of attrition, economic and social attrition throughout the European Union.
Well, in the wake of terrorism and financial troubles for the European neighbourhood this year, Oksana Boyka speaks to Estonia's foreign minister next in Worlds Apart.